Hello and welcome back to the What is K-pop podcast, where in which I, your host, Sophie, talk all things. Well, anything really. Do I even really talk about K-pop anymore? I talk about my life and stuff that goes on during my life, and then K-pop, like what's going on in the K-pop industry, and then about the groups and their members. Sometimes about their discographies, all that sort of stuff. Like the survival shows that form some groups and just, have existential crises on recording, the usual type of situation. Now, I actually did tell my dad that I was going to do my college work, but then I looked at my college work and then I was like, I'm actually going to record a podcast. So I'm sure my dad's thinking to himself, I hate my child because I could have been watching a nice K-drama with her, but now she's recording a podcast. So yeah, quickly, I do just want to say, well, I can talk all day if I want to. Starlight Boys is what we're going to be talking about today. And I understand, obviously, that there has been some issues with it, and I wanted to talk about them briefly. So basically, with one of the tasks on the first couple of episodes of Starlight Boys. I don't know when it was because I've not watched the show and I don't like to watch viral shows. They had all the contestants sing and perform the Signal song. And not all of the judges obviously could watch each of the contestants. There's 68 contestants, should have been 69, but there's now 68. At the time there was 68, and so they couldn't obviously see all the contestants perform, and what it meant was that as the rounds were going on, as they eliminated people and then stopped the rounds, those people who hadn't been eliminated yet were still constantly performing. And what it meant was that these kids were not kids, but like these people were performing for up to like an hour at a time without much of a break. And like Lee Seung-gi, which is one of the guiders in the show, he actually said to the contestants, like, this is what it's like to perform at a concert, like you have to get used to that. And I'm like, that is true. Yes, it is true that these people do perform in concert for like up to an hour, like up to several hours at a time. Quite a lot of these people don't actually have that stamina to perform over and over and over again. So like, I do kind of understand a little bit, but it isn't as cut and dry as like, you perform for an hour at a time. And there was some issues with some of the guiders again, having what appeared to be favoritism towards those who were they were showing clear favoritism and xenophobia. I think that's the word, towards one of the contestants who performed really well and hadn't really like danced much, and like gave him a really low rating despite doing a really cool performance. And then someone who was of the same ethnicity as them giving them a really high score even though they didn't perform as well. And so I can't really comment on that given the fact that I've not actually watched a full-on show, but that is what I've heard and stuff. And there was one other issue with Yoon from Stacey. She's one of the guiders, and there was a clip of one of the episodes that hadn't gotten the full context of it yet, but that she reprimanded some of the contestants for like clapping to for one of the other members finishing up their performance. And I'm like, also, it's not the best, but I believe it was just that like it was Yoon as well as I feel like another guider was like, don't clap, we're still doing this, like don't clap. So I'm like, probably not the best, but like, I never really feel comfortable enough to comment on whether or not I feel like these things were correct because I'm not in the industry. I'm just a podcaster. I'm a podcaster from England who has a bit too much time on their hands and doesn't actually work or do anything and just lives off taxpayers' money via universal credit. I don't get paid for this, by the way. I don't have any other streams of income other than universal credit. So Keir Starmer, if you're listening to this, which I distinctly doubt that you are, please don't take away my universal credit. In case you are listening, please do increase it. a little bit because, you know, you've got to pay for some Christmas stuff. And honestly, I love this. And also, this is going up today because I totally forgot that I used to record. It was like at 10:30 last night. I like suddenly remembered because I always think about whether or not I need to record. And I'm like, when did I record last? And I couldn't remember. And I was like, shit, today's Friday. Like, the next day it's going to be Friday, just today. And I was like, isn't it normally Tuesday and a Friday? And I was like, fuck, it is. So that's why we're doing this now, and why the episode's going up a little bit later than usual, because my memory is sieve-like and it's quite bad. Yeah. And yeah, today's Friday the 13th and I am not feeling the best because for some reason on every single Friday the 13th something goes bad and I feel ill. But it's not too bad, it's just, you know, life. I've been kind of burning out a little bit, autistic burnout, which is fine, we can deal with it, we just have to, you know, take care of our mind, body and soul. Starlight boys. Okay, so just for a little bit of context, in the first half of 2024, it was announced that Youth Review, also known as Idol Producer, would be filming under the name Youth Review International. It obviously got changed to Starlight Boys, and the auditions were officially opened on the 24th of April 2024 for any males of any nationalities. It also doesn't say on here if there was a stipulation over the age of the contestants, so, you know, it could be any person who wanted to be on the show, regardless of their age. However, I've not seen anything directly saying that there has been a super young contestant, so I'd assume that it would kind of be before like 2008 maybe, because that would make you 16 if my maths is yeah, 16. And, you know, that's an age that you can debut at. Yoon from Cat's Eye debuted at 16. Okay, so on the panel we have the MC, which is Lee Sung-kyung. And by the way, if you don't already know, an MC is basically someone who hosts the show. He's the host, and they kind of introduce things and just kind of make sure that the show keeps on running. Do I know her? I feel like I've watched maybe something that she's been in. To be fair, I've watched a lot of K-dramas over the years. It doesn't seem like I have. Maybe I've seen. Oh yeah, no, Call It Love. I have seen that. Okay, maybe I thought it was she was a bloke. Oops, daisy. And the guiders are obviously Lee Sung-gi, Dae-sung, Chae Young-jun, Han-hae, Kwon-eun-bi, Hui, Eric, and Yoon. Kwon-eun-bi, that soloist that does all those really questionable things. Or is that Yena? Maybe it's Yena. Obviously no hate towards her, but I'm like, please don't cause issues for yourself. I think it might have been Yena. I don't know. I know it's far too much. And I thought I was going to have a nosebleed just then, because you know when you can feel like there's something going on. It's gross. You can feel something going on in your nose, and you're like, I'm doing something, please don't bleed. But no, I'm fine. Yeah, we're all good. We are all well and good. Okay, so I go through and say the agency and then the members with their ages, their nationalities, and then something about them if it's listed. If I don't say a certain piece of information, we just don't know it. Yeah, for individual trainees, which is a trainee who doesn't have a company associated with them, we have Tae Jun-ho, 22, Korean and former vocal showdown contestant. Han Jung-woo, he's 23, Korean and a former member of Odd One Out. Han Tae-ai, 20, Korean. Hee Juri, he's 21, Japanese member of B-Rave. Huang Fan, 23, Vietnamese American, former Asian Super Young contestant. Gunwoo, 22, Korean former TFN member. Jaemin, 21, Korean former Fantasy Boys contestant. Jeon Mingyu, 18, Korean. Jung Hae-sung, 22, Korean. Kim Seong-jae, 21, Korean. Kingston Won, 19, from Malaysia, and a former Kingmaker V contestant, or Kingmaker 5, I should probably say. Chris, 21, Thai, from and former To Be #1 Idol 11 and 9 Low on Top contestant. Gun, 23, Korean, former member of 14U. Lee Da 20, from Korea, former Boys Planet contestant. Lee Jun-hyuk, 24, Korean, former member of Mirai and former X101 contestant. Michael Wu, 21, from Canada. Nyang Chao Yuet, 22, from Hong Kong. Hong, 22, from Laos, I think that is. Boom, 23, from Thailand, he's an actor. Rin, 22, he's Japanese. Ryu Kato, 23, from Japan. X, 26, from China. Io, 24, from he's Japanese and American. Shi Huan, 24, from China, former fanpic contestant. Yoshi, he has turned 18 since being on the show, and he's Japanese. I, 20, from Taiwan. And he, 20, from China. And there was a contestant who was on the show but pulled out before airing called Xiao Jia Yin. He's 21 and from China. So from Blue Dot Entertainment, we have Yang Donghua. He's 21, Korean. He's a soloist, former APBO member, but left pre-debut, and obviously a former member of the Origin AB or What TV show that formed the group. From First One Entertainment, we have Eden, 26, from Korea, and he is a member of 99. Image Music, Yu Guanwu, 22, from Taiwan, former member of X-Form and Youth Review Free contestant. From Insight Entertainment, we have Park Shi-woo, he's 23, from Korea, former Blanky member, former X101 and Wild Idol contestant. Pentor, 25, from Thailand, actor, soloist, former member of LAZ and former LAZ Icon contestant. And lastly, we have Yang Yang, 23, from Singapore, and he's an actor. From Joy Together, we have Wang Kun, he's 18, from China, and a former Asia Super Young contestant. Next up, we have from JS Entertainment, Pen Feng, 18, from China, Hua Jia-eun, 19, from China, Sun Jia-yang, 18, from China, and Han Yi, 19, from China, 17, from China. Next up, we have Kiss Entertainment, Hikari, 22, Japanese, member of Fantasy Boys and a former contestant on Fantasy Boys. K+, we have Kim Seong-ju, 17, from Korea, and he's a model. Sun Ying-hao, 24, from China, ex-member of X-Form and Youth Review Free. Nation, we have Duan Xingxing, he's 26 and he's from China, former member of X-Form and Youth Review Free contestant. Station Entertainment, we have Kong B, he's 23, from Vietnam and he is a former Boys Planet contestant. From Ningbao Hui Film and Television Culture Media Company Limited, we have Kai Cheng Wan, 23, from China. From PA Entertainment, we have Park Yeon-wook, he's 22, from Korea. PC Entertainment, we have Shang Shun, he's 24, from China, and he's an actor and member of Age Boy. Now, from Pocket Doll Studio, we have Doha, 20, from Korea, former member of BAE 173 from, and is a former Wild Idol contestant. We have Hangul, 24, from Korea, member of BAE 173, former member of IMX1 and H&D. He's a former contestant of the unit and produced X. I will say this quickly, his participation on the show was very contested, given the fact that he has been on quite a lot of TV shows. He was a member of a lot of groups, but obviously BAE 173, I wouldn't say they're doing poorly, but I also wouldn't say they're doing fantastically. See, you can disagree with me if you want to. They're fans of the group, but if it helps them get their name out there, then I'm all for going on these TV shows. It's Hangul has been on so many TV shows. He's been through so much in his life. I'm just let the guy chill. Obviously, if it was his choice, then feel free. But I'm if it was the company being like, we think you'd be good on this TV show, and was kind of like, you should probably go on it. Then I'm like, just let the poor boy rest. I don't know. Back to the contestants though. Sung Min, 20, from Korea, and he's a member of Fantasy Boys and from the TV show. Jing Kui, 22, from China, member of Fantasy Boys and A6, former member of X Time, former Idol producer and Fantasy Boys contestants. Min Jae, 20, from Korea, and Yoo Jun, 3, from 20 from Korean, Yoo Jun, 23, from Korea, and they are both members of BAE 173. Twins Entertainment. Wang Jia Liang, 20, from China, member of BC221. RS Music, we have CAD, 26, from Thailand. He's an actor, former member of Superboy, F2K, and Element. And Vexter, 22, from Thailand, and actor. I will also say, I feel like I need to say it. How do you reconcile with constantly re-going through the process of like being in a new group, preparing to debut, and kind of, do you have it in the back of your mind of like, this might not be my forever group, better not get too attached to these kids? Like, how do you reconcile with that shit? Because like, I know for a fact that like it would mess me up, it would stress me out so much, because I'm like, I do not want to get close to these people in case like we have to say goodbye to each other in a few months. Like, nah, I'm good. I really do not know how these people do it. From Stardust Entertainment, we have Float, from Thailand, member of Stardust Boys and former member of Hashtags. Shi Long, 24, from China. He's a member of Stardust Boys too. The Line Star Entertainment, we have Liu Junwei. He's 22, from China. Former 1=5 member and former the coming 1-2 contestant. TNK Entertainment, we have Nam Son, 17, from Vietnam. He's a member of Pickus and a former fan pick contestant. From Top Class Entertainment, we have Bian Shiyu. He is 18, from China, member of Top Team. TAV Entertainment, we have Ki Ming Kai. He's 23, from China, member of Love Tuve. Shenzhen, 21, from China, and Sheng Kui, 21, from China, and they're all members of YouTube. And nearly at the end, when 24, we have Xing Che, 18, from China, Warner Music China. We have Xiao Shiheng, 20, from China, and Yu Kai Entertainment. We have Chen Xuanyu. He's 19, also from China. Shao Media, we have Ivan, 23, from Malaysia, and member of Sheng Shi Jihua. So obviously the show is still going on, and like things can change, kids can leave, new contestants I guess can join, if such is the way of life, if you want to join. I really hope that nothing else happens to the contestants. It isn't nice obviously to have to perform for an hour straight, but I mean, concerts do go on for that long. Obviously I'm not saying it's right or anything, but it is a thing to consider thinking about. But yeah, I really do hope that you enjoyed hearing the contestants' names and my feelings on this. I don't really actually ever really know what to talk about with this. It doesn't help obviously that I haven't watched the show, but yeah, I imagine that like they are maybe perhaps enjoying the show. I don't know, it's hard to gauge, because you can't really speak out exactly on this sort of stuff, otherwise you have the risk of being sued by the company that the TV show is being aired on, or by your company, or by another contestant. Honestly, you could be sued by anyone, who knows. Yeah, I do hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and I will talk to you guys again on Tuesday. Bye!